Well, our next guest on the Rugby League Hottest 100, he is the genius, the absolute genius behind Rugby League, the musical. And I tell you what, if this thing kicks off and we continue to do this over the coming years, I reckon this bloke is just going to have that many. He's going to be the record holder for a long, long time. Because from what we understand, we haven't seen the show ourselves yet live. We will get there, but from what we understand, he continually makes new songs and obviously, things that are happening in the game currently and always updating the show. And so many people have gone to see it already. Denis Carnahan, first off, who's the most famous person that has come to see your show so far?
Oh, boy. I think you'd probably have to say, just by fact of being a politician, Peter Beattie.
Yep.
He turned up. Toddy Greenberg's been, Johnny Grant's been. So there's been some big weight. As far as players go, Johnny McKinnon, it's a big name, big old name. But then, Junior Pearce has turned up and Johnny Gibbs has turned up and Spud Carroll, he's come several times. The show, it's a game of two halves rather than a show of two acts. At half time, there's complimentary oranges at the bar, and Spud Carroll loves nothing more than to go and pick up the oranges and hand them out around the crowd.
Oh, good on him. No one's going to say no to Spud either, are they?
No, absolutely. Well, I don't know. The Chief hasn't been to the show. Oh, no, the Chief's seen the show. That's the other thing. A lot of people have seen this show because I've toured it around and played a lot of functions. So, people have seen it, but whether they've, voluntarily come along to the show, those are the ones that come along.
Now, you've got 4 or 5, I don't want to give too much away, but you've got 4 or 5 entries here in the Rugby League Hottest 100. What is your favourite one to perform?
Oh, to perform, gee, that's tough. Some of them that get out of date, like the Mitchell Pearce song, to me has gone out of date because he's turned it round. But Find Me Some Doggy to Love, the tune of Queen's Find Me Somebody to Love, was a lot of fun. I've dropped out of the show because it's just I don't know. It's in here. He's gone past it. I think the world's gone past it. But just simply because it's a Queen song, I can sing it. That's a little ego trip for me. Other than that, there's a lot of songs I do where it's a real kick seeing people. One is I don't know if you remember Kane Evans. One of the Burgess boys was outraged because Kane. Who hit him? Someone threw a Burgess boy hit Paul Carter with the ball. It was Kane Evans threw a ball at Paul Carter and then was subbed, and he walked past one of the Burgess boys who threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah,
and
they're
the
getting stuck in.
Suspended for 6 weeks for throwing an empty water bottle and missing. And I go through it to the tune of the police's message in a bottle. It's hit Kane Evans with the bottle, and it's great fun because it takes a minute to make the gag, and no one guesses it until it comes up, and that's a bit of fun. But so much, it's just the whole show's meant to be just fun and a laugh, and the people who've been in there, who've had songs about them, a lot of them have turned up to the show, and they take it well. They take it like it's supposed to be taken.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. This is just off the top of my head, but the first one that really kicked off the show, and I could be way off here, was it the Continuous Call started giving That's in Queensland a run, or was it somebody else? And it really just shot off from there, didn't it?
Oh, well, I was actually going a long way from before that. So I was, I started doing songs. I did an earnest song, but what kicked it off was the Footy Show. I was working at Channel 9 doing music for TV shows. So I was doing, shows like Location, or I can't even think of them. Dozens of them. Lifestyle shows. Australia's Amazing Home. Andrew Eddingshausen's Escape with E.T. I did music for that for years.
Yep.
And I did 3 or 4 years of Australia's Next Top Model. So I was trying to be an earnest composer, screen composer, songwriter. And the Footy Show asked me to do a song in 2006, which is meant to be kind of like an anthem, to become an anthem.
Yeah, yep.
And they said you've got 20 seconds to encapsulate just under 100 years of rugby league and bring all the history without naming clubs, without naming teams, without naming any events. So I took it from perspective. So I kind of wrote it as a fan's anthem about being why you go to the footy, the reason you go to the footy. So the first song I did about rugby league was actually a earnest one. And then I started writing songs for. I wrote a couple of songs for Reg Reagan.
Yep.
On the Footy Show, so video killed the rugby league star was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And I went from there. Took some time in 2009. I just for fun, I started throwing things at Fox Sports.
Yep.
Saying the Wiz, Gary Freeman, he kept on Monday Night Footy. He kept talking about having his own show and how he was going to ditch Gordy because Gordy was a dud, and he kept setting Gordy up and winding him up and saying, honestly, when I get my show, you're going to be axed.
Yeah.
You're going to be axed. and so just for fun, because I've been writing theme shows for TV shows, theme songs for TV shows, I wrote a theme song for Friday Night Freeman and sent it in. They cut a promo to it, and they didn't tell anyone about it. They just put it on air in the middle of the show, and Gordy's like, what the hell? What's going on? And Gary Freeman's like, see? That's what I'm talking about. The Wizard has fans. The Wizard is a mover. And so that was what really started it, was just throwing songs at them. And then I did a song about Junior, which I still play in the show, the Head Tape Hero.
Yep.
Did a song about Gordy. And, the Wiz song's gone. The Gordy song I do occasionally when I play in Queensland, just to give the Queenslanders something.
Yes.
For fun. But that was what really did it. So when I did That's in Queensland, that was, I did that, I don't know if you're familiar with the community radio show FBI, on FBI, Fire Up.
Yep.
So they got me to play at a State of Origin function, and it was the year Ricky Stewart was coaching New South Wales, and I did 1 out of 3 is bad, because Ricky said if we win one game this year, I'll be happy, because Queensland's so good. And they got me to come back the following year, and I had the idea for That's in Queensland, didn't quite know how to do it, how to execute it. And I was going to be away, so I had to pre-record it. And the only way I could explain it was by making that film clip for it. And the film clip itself kind of became iconic. And I was going over to Mexico. I was traveling with a band over to Mexico and producing them over there. And I was in the air when Origin happened. Yep. And I landed, and this private link, which I'd sent them on YouTube, that was how I delivered it to them, had 5,000 views. And I was like, that's a hell of a lot for a private link. Like, that's a link where someone needs to email you the details. You can't just find it and share it and search it. So I quickly took it down and put an ad for Rugby League and Musical in front of it and whacked it up again. And bang, like 2 days later, it was in the Telegraph, it was in Canberra Times, the Australian, the Sydney Morning Herald. Everyone was running it. It's got on the radio. Yeah. And, it's now like, around 1 million hits on YouTube.
It's incredible, and it's I'll give you the tip. It's in the top 20. That one. That's all I'll give away. So, I'll let you go, mate. We've got plenty to get through, but thank you very much for your time tonight. And just really quickly, yes or no? 1988 Australian Busking Champion, Denis Carnahan. Is that correct?
That's correct. Where'd you find that?
I was on your website. I've done about 30 seconds of research. Don't worry.
Well, yep, that's correct. 1988 Australian Bus, but let's qualify that. It was in Golden. It was in the Lilac Sydney Festival in Golden, and they called it. There were people that came from Sydney and Brisbane to compete in there, so I did all right. But
okay,
yeah, I still got the trophy.
As you would, mate.
It was $800.
No, absolutely. You keep it. That's right. Denis, thank you so much, mate. I'll let you get back to your shopping, and hopefully you got some. Hopefully you find some toilet paper down there as well.
Yeah, toilet paper and pasta. That's what we're missing.
Good on you, Denis. Thank you very much.